Hello, one and all. It is I, Ragarath, back again with my Techtonica videos. And Firehose have released another video about the 0.5 patch. And we're going to see what Lauren has to say today. It's a long video, so bear with me.
What's up, it's Lauren from Firehose Games with another weekly update for Techtonica. This week is the patch preview for 0.5, so we are going to deep dive everything that's coming in this patch. Reminder that 0.5 releases next Monday, June 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern. We are so excited for this one to come out, so we are going to deep dive everything that's coming today, so get excited because here we go. Please note there will be spoilers here, so if you don't want some spoilers, you can stop watching, but also please give us a thumbs up because we're working really hard on this one.
Okay, so that's your warning. I don't need to give you one, but I am anyway, it seems. Yeah, spoilers ahead. Do not watch if you do not want spoilers.
Without further ado, let's just hop right in and get started. PSA, I'm going to be looking at my notes for this one because we have a lot to cover and I don't want to miss anything. First up, let's talk about the new character and new main story narrative. We have a new expeditionary scientist joining the team. She is not so happy to be here, and that's all I'm going to say about her. But you have a new character in 0.5, which is really exciting, and the main story chugs along. There are some big secrets that get revealed here.
Okay, so I thought the new character was going to be the IT guy. What was his name? I can't remember what his name was now. Badger? No. Anyway, moving on. Sounds like they're introducing a new female character into the game. Ooh.
And you find out a little bit more about what's going on the planet of Calyx. And that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil it too much, but I am very excited that the main story moves along here. Next up, let's talk about the ping tool and laser gun. The ping tool is a great feature that I know a lot of people have requested. It makes things in multiplayer a lot easier.
For multiplayer,
the way it works is that you will look at something and ping it with your ping tool, and then a little ping will pop up for your friends to see that has what you've pinged and the distance on it. You can also remove a ping by clicking on the ping again if you don't want it to stay up. But it's a really useful tool to be able to tell your friends like where you want them to go in your factory or like help friends find you. It's really, really useful to have, and I'm really glad that we added it because it also doubles as a laser gun. So there are a few different uses of the laser gun, namely you can use them with laser games, but you can also shoot your friends.
Lasers.
When you shoot your friend with a laser gun, it actually times out them from shooting for a bit, so you can have some chaos in your factories or just shoot people if you don't want to build. It is really fun to annoy your friends. I do that to my coworkers a lot now when we are building together. It's really fun. So that's a great use for it. It also is a part of our laser mini games, which we're going to go into later. But it looks really rad. I love the design for it, and it's a really handy tool to have, and it also is so great to be able to annoy your friends. Next up, let's talk about the nexuses. And I am saying nexuses. I know nexus can be plural, nexus or nexuses, but like I'm just going with nexuses, and that's just what we're going to use. So nexuses are great. They are pre-built at all of the different production terminals.
Okay, so they're right underneath
by the looks of it. For free, or you can build them anywhere you want, and they cost 10 megajoules to use, which is the one fully charged accumulator without any upgrades. So
that's all right.
It's not super power intensive, and it just makes it so handy to use. You can also rename your nexuses, which is very handy. We have added keyboard support for console, and so you will now be able to rename those nexus points on Xbox and on PC, which is amazing. So the nexuses are really handy. You can travel anywhere. I really didn't think that I would want fast travel so much in this game, but it really does make things easier, and it is just a really handy tool to have.
Yeah, there is a lot of running back and forth in the early game.
In previous update.
I'm talking over Lauren. Yeah, there really is a lot of back and forth in the early game. So, once you've discovered, which I assume it's going to be, you have to discover the production terminal first, and then it unlocks, perhaps with the first level, the nexus for that production terminal. Once you've done that run around once, you don't want to do it multiple times.
If you want to check it out. But yeah, the Nexuses are great. We can also talk about other built things like the disco floors and glow floors. So there are a couple different settings that you have for the glow floors and disco floors. So I'm just going to read them off because there are a lot to choose from. So there are 6 different disco floor variants.
Okay.
There is diagonal, which is a rainbow wave across the diagonal, and the direction of movement follows the rotation of the blocks. And there's also horizontal, which is the same, so it moves across the blocks for a rainbow. Rainfall is drops of different bands of color fall both horizontally and vertically, and in the direction, again, depends on the rotation of the blocks itself. So if you rotate them, it'll change the direction that it's going. Chaos is just a totally random cycle, so you could just put those anywhere and they kind of randomly generate. Synced follows a globally shared color rainbow cycle. The rotation of blocks offsets the phase. So the color cycles, like there are 4 different color cycle phases to choose from, and so rotating changes that cycle and it'll sync between all of them. And then follow the player. All players will have an RGB
I like this.
on the floor as they walk around. This
That's
one
cool.
looks so cool in your factories, especially because they don't light up until you walk on them. So
Do these transmit power? Because I'd like that as a floor. That would be awesome.
I just think it's a really neat effect to have. And then, of course, we have the 7 glow floors. They're variants, just one of each color. And so those colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and magenta. We've also added concrete.
Okay, one thing not mentioned there. Do you have to, for the effect to work across all of them, do you have to place them together? Oh, I'd like to know more about how that works. There must be a separate UI for it, perhaps.
Ramps, those come in 3 different sizes. We have the 1x1, the 1x3, and the 1x5.
Ramps.
Who doesn't want to have a slanted floor? They look really handy. I know we've been asked for these a bunch, and we have added them into the game, so you're welcome. All right, so let's dive into the laser mini games. These are going to be started at those Nexuses that I talked about. So when you open up your Nexus menu, you're going to see fast travel, and you're also going to see laser games, and you can choose which laser game you'd like to play.
Oh, so you can play it
single player mode.
So you can play it whilst you're playing the main game. That's cool.
And that single player mode is the asteroid defense mode. So what you're going to do is you'll highlight the Nexus that you want to play from. This is why naming those Nexuses comes in handy, so that you can remember which one you're playing from. And you're going to select it, and then it is off to the races. Enemies will come in different waves. We have asteroids and ships. There's a boss ship. There's lifeline hearts. There's loot boxes, stuff to get more points. The ships shoot missiles at you. Like, it's crazy. It's so fun. It's definitely very arcade game style. You can play it in single player, or you can play with your friends. Definitely post your high score in the Discord, because we would love to see what scores people are going. We did a playtest this week, and I believe like one of the team high scores was like 1.1 million-ish. So I'm curious to see how quickly y'all can beat that, because I'm sure you can. But please post your high scores in the Discord. I will be making a channel for it once the patch is live, so we can see who is at the top. The other mode that we have is the Nexus capture mode. So this is going to be the multiplayer game, and what you're going to do is you're going to select the team Nexuses that are going to be where like the teams spawn from, and then you'll select the capture Nexuses, the ones that you'll be like capturing the flag from. And so you can get different points for shooting people, and you can get points for capturing those Nexuses. It is so fun and chaotic. I'm curious to see if y'all wind up building your own maps for this, and if so, I would love to see what they look like. We do again have the pre-built map, which we are going to talk about next. But the laser tag games are so fun. It is absolute chaos, and the music like spins up when somebody's about to win, which just makes it like extra intense. If you get shot, you will respawn at your team Nexus, so you'll kind of like pop back in and have to restart. It's very fun and chaotic, and I have so much fun playing it. I know it's like a mini game, and it's like supposed to be such a small thing, but like I have played this for hours and had a blast. So I'm curious to see what y'all think once you are able to play. And like I said, we have a laser tag arena map with the laser tag arena settings. So this will be access for the main menu. So if you want to just dive into laser tag and see what it's like, hop in right here. The laser tag map also has a spot for asteroids as well, so it's not just for multiplayer. So what you'll be able to do is hop in either by yourself or with your friends, and you spawn in, and you can choose from one of 4 different areas on the map. So we have the asteroid defense area, then we have the free-for-all, the 1v1, and the 2v2. So they're just kind of set up for different styles of play. It is absolute chaos in the free-for-all map. It's so fun. So what you'll do is you'll select the teams that you're on, and you can either randomize it or select teams manually, and then you are off to the races. I also think it's really fun to make your own arenas, so I would love to see what y'all wind up making because it's so fun. Speaking of making your own arenas, there is also a new spot on the map. So in the standard Techtonica map, there will actually be a spot for you to play laser tag as well, and is a part of the story, so I'm not going to give away, but you will see a CS pop.
How are you getting laser tag into the main storyline? I'd like to see what this is.
Up on your map and go there, and you'll be able to explore the new quest line and also find the new laser tag arena that has been built in the standard map for you as well. This is a small one, but also kind of a big one. The characters in multiplayer now show the tools that they are holding. So you can now see your friend using the mole or a pickaxe or holding a cube. It seems like a small thing, but it actually just feels so much better when you can actually see what your friends are doing. It's also really fun to chase your friends with the moles. So your friends can now see what you're doing. We have third character animations now, which is very exciting for us. And now into some more of like the nitty gritty stuff. We've improved the performance for power floors and other base building pieces. And I'm not going to explain the technical parts of that because it's very in depth, but the performance has been
less stutter, guys. Woohoo!
Improved for some base building pieces. And like I said earlier, we have keyboard support, and so now the monorail depots and the nexuses can be renamed. Yes, you can rename your monorails now. Very exciting. It's been asked for a while, so you can rename both of those because we've added keyboard support for console, and so now you can do that. So I'm going to list off some of the bug fixes. I'm not going to list off all, but some of these are kind of funny, and some of these were also really big issues for players, so I'm going to go into the details. Some of these are kind of funny, and some of these were kind of bigger issues for players, so I'm going to go into detail on some of the major bug fixes. First off, one of my favorites, some of the chairs in the world were not very weathered. They looked kind of brand new. So we have dirtied them up, and they now match the rest of the terrain. Conveyor hubs no longer slow down items. This was a big known issue from the last one that we found out that some of the conveyor hubs were weirdly slowing down hubs, I think by like 12%, 11%. That's been fixed now.
Yeah, this is one that I found in a video a while back, and you know, I think quite a few people have reported it. I had a few people chime in on the video for that, and yeah, it was quite strange, the speed reduction.
So the conveyor hubs no longer slow down items. You should not have any issues with those anymore. BioBrick Diesel pure and impure versions now show up in the filter inserter menus. I know they were missing from them in 0.4, and they show up now, so you should be able to access them. The drills no longer sound like a car failing to start. I don't know why, but the drills kind of replayed their sound, and it sounded really hilarious. And so that no longer happens. And here's a clip of that because I think it's really funny. The HUD menu is now no longer interactable during cutscenes, so you'll just be able to like do the cutscene and not be able to interact with your menu. The pause menu now shows easy mode description. I know for some reason that was missing, and now you'll see in the pause menu like what easy mode includes for different settings. Along with that, multiplayer players will now see the game settings in their pause menu as well if they have custom settings turned on. This is a sad one. The base building pieces can no longer be built in the void. I know a lot of people found a way to glitch out of the game and build their factories in the void.
To be honest, glitching out of the game was not that hard.
Base building pieces can no longer be built into the void fully in the ground. So like you can have like a base building piece half in the ground. You cannot have a base building piece fully outside the world map. RIP to your factories in the void. We barely knew ye. This is a really small one. The voltage stepper menu now shows the power menu when you hit inspect. This one really irritated me, and like I don't know why. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just it shows the inspect menu and it didn't do anything. But now it does something, and I'm very happy about that. So that's why I'm mentioning it. We fixed a bug where auto-saving caused like some errors on Xbox after you've been playing for an hour. If you had issues with that, that has been fixed. You're welcome. We fixed a bug where the power floors did not light up properly when power was connected. So if you had that issue, which I believe was like kind of an old bug that resurfaced.
I was going to say that. Yeah, this is an old bug that, geez, we had it in alpha. It may have been in beta, but yeah, that was no bug. But you could light them by just removing and replacing one power floor normally. But I don't know if that was a fix in the new bug, because I haven't experienced that for a very long time.
We have once again fixed it. And we have fixed a bug where respawning caused players to fall out of the world. If you were dealing with that bug, it did fix itself on a reload, but we have fixed that now for you. And last but not least, this is one that actually came up in PTC. So some people were having an error opening a door that was a part of the new quest line. Instead of being able to fix that door, we have actually just removed a section of the wall, so you will now be able to go in that room in case you had an issue with the bug. Just know that if there is a section of wall missing that you come across a room, that's on purpose. It's just sometimes like fixing a bug when it comes down to the wire and like it's really complicated and you don't have time can just be solved in new, creative, and unique ways, and sometimes those ways involve blowing up some of your map. So we've removed a wall. If you see the section, it's on purpose. It's just to get around a door being broken. And that's everything that I have for you in this patch preview. I'm not going to go over known issues. If you want to look at known issues, those will be posted the day the patch goes live, which is going to be next Monday, June 17th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So get hyped. We are so excited that 0.5 is here. There's so much stuff in this patch, and we are so excited to be able to talk to you also about going up as well. So keep your eyes peeled for information on that in the coming weeks. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we really appreciate your support. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week.
Okay, guys. Well, that is the end. There's loads of stuff they're doing by the looks of it, and I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I haven't played in the PTC because I wanted to experience it firsthand myself when I start another playthrough in 0.5. Anyway, what are you most looking forward to? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.